Can your mother stitch?
Well, it didn't take too long for the racist ilk to be spread after the announcement that President Biden is going to appoint a Supreme Court judge of African American female descent. Didn't take too long at all. And by that I mean the KKK Grand Dragon wannabe, Tucker Carlson. This is just a small portion of what Carlson had to say on this show.
Just this morning it was announced that Stephen Breyer is indeed retiring from the Supreme Court. Now, you'll notice the passive construction there. It was announced because Breyer himself did not announce his retirement. It's not even clear Breyer knew the announcement was going to happen. Someone leaked that news with or without Justice Breyer's consent. They didn't wait for him to do it himself. Why? Well, because Democrats understand they're likely to lose the Congress this November. They want to control Breyer's seat while they still can. So what are they going to do with that seat? We don't need to guess. Joe Biden was very clear about his plans nearly 2 years ago as he was running for president. He didn't tell us what he was going to do about COVID or foreign policy or the economy, but he was very precise about the Supreme Court. Here's Biden in March of 2020 on the debate stage at CNN.
I'm going to freeze it right there. Wow. So this whole thing is a conspiracy. This is the exact kind of BS that Fox News likes to traffic in, and especially this piece of crap too. Breyer's announcement that he was retiring, according to him, is a ploy by the Democrats to try and control his seat because we know that the Democrats are going to lose the Congress. I really don't know what to think about that anymore. It's just gotten so incredibly stupid. Now, he plays a tape from the debate stage of the 2020 campaign where Biden already made the announcement that if he had a chance to appoint someone to the Supreme Court, he would appoint an African-American woman, which, of course, is where we find ourselves. They're just so angry that a black woman could possibly be the next Supreme Court justice that they're making up conspiracy theories as to how and why. And then he's trying to turn the racist arrow towards Biden. I mean, take a look at this.
That's all that mattered. You almost got the impression that Joe Biden believes all black women are the same. They're identical. That was certainly the assumption in the Delaware of Joe Biden's youth 60 years ago. Biden doesn't seem to have changed much. You wonder if anyone sitting there in CNN's audience that night even noticed this. It's possible we've all marinated for so long in the casual racism of affirmative action that it seems normal now to reduce human beings to their race. But imagine if this was happening to you, how would you feel? You go to law school, you win a clerkship, you get a seat on some lower court. One day you're nominated to be one of the top 9 judges in the country, and you're proud of that. Why wouldn't you be? Your parents are proud. Your friends are proud. But Joe Biden? All Joe Biden can talk about is your skin color. Patronizing? That doesn't even decent Americans hated segregation. It dehumanized people. Now, Biden claims that his race counting is essential so that the court and the rest of his administration, quote, looks like America.
Wow. All that and the fact that people like you for the last 4 years, thanks to Donald Trump, couldn't help but know. See, here's the thing I'm going to tell you about myself. Every time I commented on Facebook against Donald Trump, just because I'm black, everyone assumed I was a rapist or a drug dealer. Or they went even further. They thought I was supporting Al-Qaeda or the Taliban. I'm a terrorist. That's what your side did, Tucker, for 4 straight years. You see, here's the real bother. This is what really bothers me on this. If Donald Trump had done the same thing that Joe Biden's trying to do, your Fox News friends, and everyone else out there would be screaming, cheering from the rooftops. But what's really bothering me about all of this, and what's really angering me about all of this, is the simple fact that you have made so many excuses when it came to Donald Trump and his racism and the racism of his supporters. I haven't heard 2 words from you about what happened in Charlottesville, where Heather Heyer was murdered during the quote-unquote Unite the Right rally, where Ku Klux Klansmen and neo-Nazis were screaming Jews will not replace us. I didn't hear anything about that. I didn't hear anything about you denouncing the Oath Keepers and the 3%ers who marched in Washington and marched in the Capitol, people that you helped goaded. So don't try to turn racism on Biden. The racism is on your side. But Tucker, it just gets worse from there because he goes to this 3-year-old, this 5-year-old, this kid argument about, where's my peace?
Certainty that Joe Biden's nominees look nothing like America, not even close. Is that a problem? Well, the problem for Biden is that once he starts saying things like this, once he begins to promise to represent every possible ethnic voting bloc equally, like some ward boss in 1950s Chicago, people are going to start to wonder about their, quote, representation. As long as we're divvying up the spoils like carrot cake, where's my slice? So Biden will nominate a black woman. Great. She'll represent about 7% of the population. But where's Biden's Pacific Islander nominee? Mazie Hirono is probably writing an outraged letter about that right now. No doubt she is. And why isn't there an American Indian on the court, or a genderqueer, or someone from the chronic fatigue syndrome community, or a justice with cognitive disabilities? Why isn't there an Afghan refugee under consideration? You can laugh, but suddenly these are entirely fair questions. And by the way, Joe Biden, you claim that trans lives matter? Really? Do you really mean that? Then prove it.
Wow. Could you get any more racist than that? Wow. You have shown, without the shadow of a doubt, Tucker, that you are a goddamn racist. I mean, seriously, do you really care about any of the people you just mentioned? Do you really care about the people of color? You have no idea what it's like to be a person of color in this country. Every single thing you do is scrutinized. Everything you say is taken completely out of context because of the color of your skin. I just told you not too long ago, every time I post on Facebook or Twitter or anywhere else, people call me a drug dealer or a rapist, all because I say things against Donald Trump and his supporters. And as for the genderqueer, how dare you? When have you ever stood up? Do I need to go through the history of you saying demeaning things about the LGBTQ, or the rest of your network saying things about the LGBTQ? Do I really need to go there, Tucker? You don't want me to go there, boy. You really don't want me to go there. Do I need to go there with your supporters? How about Amy Coney Barrett, the one who actually, the Trump woman that was appointed to the Supreme Court? Do I need to go through her background? See, what really bothers me about you, Tucker, is that you want to try to make Joe Biden into some kind of evil person when it is you who is the evil. Donald Trump is not president anymore. A black woman should be put into the Supreme Court. We already have a Latina woman, Sotomayor. What is your problem with this? We already have a black man as Supreme Court justice. The one you guys tolerate because he's on the side of the conservatives. What is your problem with this? What is your problem? Oh, because it happens to be a black woman, that's your only problem. Because it is anyone else but a black woman, that's a problem. Yes, there should be a Pacific Islander as a Supreme Court justice, and they should be. But that would probably you people would go insane if that were to happen. You probably would go insane too. You probably do another segment like this if it were any other race other than white. Come on, Tucker. Don't be that much of a hypocrite. We know you're a racist prick, but don't be a hypocrite.
What kind of woman is this anyway you plan to nominate? What are her pronouns? You can see where this is going. It always goes there. Identity politics always ends with tribal warfare. It's funny the Biden people can't see that. Or maybe they can see it and don't care. Or maybe it's the entire point of the exercise. Whatever the explanation, the White House has no choice at this point to make good on Joe Biden's promise. The usual race mongers spend all day demanding it. Here's CNN.
Wow. Wow. The tribalism Oh man, this guy is just all over the map. This guy is all over the map with this crap. So why shouldn't Americans, African Americans, Americans of color, have representation in the highest court of the land? What really bothers me about all of this is how the Supreme Court, how the Republican Party, how the right wing, how the alt-right, or however the hell they describe themselves, how these people have politicized everything. They politicized the coronavirus. They try to claim that white people aren't getting the treatment they should be getting. And now they've done it to the Supreme Court. What's next? You're going to politicize the NFL? As already have. You're going to politicize Coca-Cola? You're going to politicize the water? This guy is completely out of control with the crap that he's spewing. And I really don't know how far this guy is going to go with this. He plays the CNN interviews after the announcement and tries to say that it's race mongering that CNN is doing. Race mongering? So African Americans shouldn't have a voice in the law? Is that what you're saying? Because we damn sure know that that's what Trump was saying. And all of his positions during his administration, only one black man was there, Dr. Ben Carlson. In the military, only one black man was promoted to a high-ranking official, the Chief of Staff of the Air Force. So don't start going after us because you can't handle someone that doesn't look like you, who isn't hateful as you are, Tucker, who isn't as racist as you are, Tucker, being the next Supreme Court justice. It's bad enough that Donald Trump appointed a religious nut and a drunken rapist into the Supreme Court. But here's the thing. Something like this needs to be celebrated, should be celebrated. I mean, why not? Why not? You guys have made extreme strides to marginalize everything. An African American was elected president in 2008 for the first time in American history. Oh, you guys went on the attack. You attacked his family. You called his wife everything in the world. You called him everything in the world. You accused him of everything in the world. Seriously, is there anything that we can do for you not to earn that ilk from you guys? Anything. But then he gets to the point of the matter. How he wants to say, shut up, black people. Shut the hell up. We gave you one.
Liberated. But wait a second. Color counters? What about Clarence Thomas? He sort of vaguely looks like Laura Coates, the lady you just saw on TV, same race anyway. Does he count? No, he doesn't count. Clarence Thomas isn't a race monger. He believes in the Constitution of the United States. He's a Supreme Court justice. Therefore, he's not really black. See how that works? He doesn't count.
Wow. He might as well just have said, just like Donald Trump said, look at my African American over there. You see him? Look at my African American over there. He might as well just said that. Clarence Thomas, to me, is nothing more than a hateful, destructive man. This man is not the Constitution. This man should not have been appointed as a Supreme Court justice. May I remind you what kind of person this man is? He was accused of rape and lied about it, under oath about it. This man, not too recently, voted against the Trump papers on January 6th to be handed over to the January 6th investigative committee. That's the kind of person you want as Supreme Court justice? That's not constitutional to me. And frankly, it offends me whenever these chicken hawk white boys like Tucker Carlson say, I'm not a racist. Look at this guy. He's black. He's black. I support him. He's black. No, you don't. You don't. Because if you did support Clarence Thomas because he was black, This shouldn't be a problem for you. But then again, you right-wing nut jobs want to politicize everything. The Supreme Court is not a political position. It is a position of the law. Something that you, Tucker Carlson, and you, the rest of you Fox News nut jobs, and you, the rest of you MAGA idiots, will never, ever understand. But now I'm going to end it right here with something that really pisses me off about this little segment of Tucker Carlson's that really crosses a line with me.
At this point, since we're going by skin color and gender, why Joe Biden is ignoring the obvious choice. Why doesn't Biden strike a real blow for equity and just nominate Bridget Floyd? Who's that? Was George Floyd's sister. She's not a judge or a lawyer or whatever, but at this stage, who cares? Clearly, that's not the point anymore, this law stuff. As Nebraska Senator Roman Hruska once said in defense of one of Richard Nixon's dumber judicial nominees, quote, even if he is mediocre, there are a lot of mediocre judges and people and lawyers. They're entitled to a little representation, aren't they? Well, sure they are. Bridget Floyd could be a justice for the rest of us, or at least a slice of the rest of us.
I apologize for what I'm about to say right now after that little piece. You racist fuck. You redneck racist Klansman wannabe fuck. How dare you? How dare you? I mean, seriously, if you're just going to be a racist, just be out with it. Show you the racist fuck we know. I mean, seriously, why would you do that? Why would you even say something like that? Right now, Carlson, you really know how to tap into the racism that your supporters just love. And frankly, it's making me sick to my stomach. You really seriously, just be out with it. Next segment, just say you're a goddamn racist. Be a man for once in your miserable, fucked up life. Say that you're a racist. Say it. Come on, say it. Say you're a racist, Carlson. You don't have the courage to because you're a gutless bastard. A racist, gutless bastard. I really don't know what to say to this. I really don't. Seriously. But then again, you support a man who appointed a racist, a rapist, a drunken rapist, and a religious nut to the highest court of the land during his administration. So why am I not surprised you going not all Ku Klux Klan on the possibility of having a black Supreme Court justice for the first time in American history? Something that's supposed to be celebrated. If you're really American, you'll be celebrating this. If you're really American, you'll be encouraging this and possibly throwing some names out there. You're going to be a smartass. And frankly, Carlson, this shows to me another reason why you need to be pulled off the air. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.